Go to my page real quick.
Yeah. What is up, Bears fans, man? It is 11:43 on April 24th. The first round of the NFL draft is over with. And now it's reaction time. I am joined by my special guest tonight from the CNG podcast, my boy G Walker here. What'd you say? What's up, man?
What's going on, Bears Nation? Everybody's doing. Look, man, this the best part of the season. You know, content creators and Bears fans alike are all up at this time, man. There's no sleep right now.
Yeah. So, I think the beginning of the draft honestly went pretty much as expected. We saw Cam Ward go number 1 to Tennessee. Travis Hunter. Now, I figured he was going to go 2. I did not expect the Jags to move off and get him. What do you think about that?
You know what, man? People were aggressive in what they had to do for their teams. You know what I mean? They felt like he was a weapon. They felt like he was somebody that they couldn't pass up. So it was a little bit of shocker, but you know, you got to get the guy that you want, that you think that's going to be that franchise player or that transcendent player or that talent that you can build around. That's a corner piece to your franchise on the offensive side or the defensive side. Now, knowing this dude can play pretty much both ends of the football field, he's a rare talent. So the fact that they went up there and got him, I got to support it, man. It was aggressive, but he was probably one of the top three best players in the draft, I think.
No, I agree. I think it had to be one of two people, and that would be Abdul Carter, who went next, or him. And he's Travis Hunter's pretty much the unicorn of this draft.
Yeah,
and I think he should do really well in Jacksonville, even if his quarterback isn't.
Yeah, he's just a special talent, man. And then he's going to help Trevor Lawrence a lot. You know what I mean? If he's playing offense or defense, what do you think they're bringing him in for? Is it offense or is it defense? Like majority of the snaps.
Oh man, you know what? I honestly don't know. I think he's actually maybe looking a little bit better as corner than as a wide receiver. But
yeah,
I think they're going to try and at least play him on both sides of the ball for the foreseeable future, and then probably in year 2 he'll more likely become just as a one-way player.
Yeah, man, I like the pick, man. I like that they were being aggressive, man. Jacksonville, my best friend is a Jag fan, so he was hype about it. So he's happy, I'm happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we got Carter at 3. Who went at 4? That was Will Campbell. 5 was who was 5?
Was it Graham?
Yeah, Mason Graham at 5. That was the trade with the Browns. And we had Genty at 6, of course. Unfortunately,
You wanted Genty? You wanted Genty?
I would have been fine with Genty. The pick I wanted was Jalen Walker, and he went to Atlanta. And then my other pick, James Pierce Jr., went to Atlanta too.
Yeah, Atlanta cooked, bro. Like Pierce and Pierce was one of my top 10 picks. Like when I first saw him, before I really got into like the draft, before my senses kicked in, I was like, no, we need a left tackle. So before my senses kicked in, I was all on James Pierce. So the fact that they got Walker and Pierce down there in Atlanta, man, I think they damn near won the draft. I think they won.
Yeah, they did really good. What is up, Samo?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, man?
Nice to meet you, bro. Nice to meet you, man.
Too, bro.
Nice to meet you.
So,
man,
if you're watching the video here, this is Samo, my buddy from Monsters of the Gridiron podcast. Good to have you with you, man.
For sure. How y'all feeling about the pick?
Oh, we were just getting to that, man.
I like it.
Go ahead, man. Why don't you lead off?
I mean, I just like it because, it's a pick that Ben Johnson liked. You know what I mean? Yep. It's a pick that, first of all, we didn't trade up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that blew up on Twitter or wherever it was about trading up from 10 to 5 to get a running back, but I was getting PO'd, man. I was getting so annoyed with that thought. Like, yo, this is probably one of our last drafts to stack the deck. You know what I mean? Before we turn out to be good next season. Like, this might be the last one we get to where we're actually pretty good. So the fact that they went away from Tyler Warren, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people wanted Tyler Warren. I had to think about it. Like, what was it about this kid that separated him from Tyler Warren? He's younger. He seems to be a little bit faster. He's a vertical threat more than anything as far as stretching the field. So the fact that that's something that Ben Johnson wants in his offense, you got to support it, man. You got to support it. So that's all I got. So I like it. I got to see it more, but I like it. Like Cole Kmet, he has no more guaranteed money. He's not a good blocker. So when you add it up and put all those things together, this was almost an easy pick to me for the Chicago Bears.
All right. What do you think, Samo? Are you ready to
Yeah,
go?
I think he hit all the points, man. This was a Ben Johnson pick. You allow your new head coach and offensive mastermind to get the player that he wants, man. So personally, I never considered Colston as a in the top 10, a top 10 player. But again, he is a matchup nightmare. Man, he's too fast for linebackers, too big for DBs. You know, and you watch him on film, like he's a vertical threat. He looks extremely fast on film, man. Like he's running right by guys. And you see what Michigan does. They play action a lot. And then they turn around and he's has complete separation, 5 yards of separation from a DB at that point in time. And that's exactly what Ben Johnson wants to do with him and 12 personnel with him and Cole Kmet. So, man, you give him what he wants. I would have personally rather seen an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman, but I can't be mad at the pick, man. And there's so many good players left in this damn draft, boy. Man, so we can still end up with some really good offensive linemen, defensive linemen, and a good safety later on in the draft, good running back. So, you know, I'm gonna just let it play out and see the draft in its entirety before I bash the pick. But you know, it just wasn't what I expected. I don't think anybody expected it.
Yeah, I didn't expect it at all, man. Like I didn't expect it. I thought it was going to be Tyler Warren or some type of tackle or somebody in a pass rush. You know what I mean, like that. Because, like I say, the left tackle is so important to me right now. We don't have that left tackle because Karan is pretty much a blank canvas. Braxton Jones is coming off an injury, so we're not secure at that left tackle. And Caleb is in his second season. He still needs that left tackle to grow with him throughout his career. So it's very important that we get somebody at the left tackle position.
Yeah, I think for me personally, when the pick came through, I wasn't really impressed. I think I was more disappointed than anything else. I'd have to give it. I can't even really grade the pick right now. I have to put it as incomplete. You know, there are some good things, and there also are some very big glaring issues. One thing we saw from Cole Kmet last year is he forgot how to block.
Yes.
There's no other way around it at this point. He just forgot. You know, you don't give up 5 sacks as a tight end. It's just you don't do that.
No.
The problem with Loveland is not his receiving game. His receiving game is very good. It's his blocking that is a bit suspect. The sample size is extremely small, but the one that's there really isn't that great to look at. You know, he did give up 1 sack in 10 games. He had the lowest PFF rate on the entire team. I think it was like a 30.9 in his pass blocking. It was pretty eye popping. So that's something he's going to have to work with. And I know Dan Brugler also mentioned that in his Beast draft report that he's going to need to put on mass. He's only about 248 pounds. He's going to get thrown around by those bigger, guys coming in the NFL. So there's that. The one thing about he is fast, but I did look it up when you brought that up. The difference between him and Tyler Warren in terms of their 40 time is only about a 4.6 for Tyler Warren and a 4.7 for Loveland. So it's minuscule and completely insignificant. The big thing you can see with Colston Loveland here is he can be a vertical threat, but he really wasn't used that way in Michigan last year. Majority of his passes came between the numbers and usually within 0 to 10 yards. But he was very good. He was 17 for 25 between the numbers between there. Yeah, it was like an 89.3, I think. He got 2 touchdowns, and his passer rating was 111.1. He's going to be more your right side tight end. I don't know if that's just his preferred or he has trouble with the left side, because his numbers on the outside on the left are not that great. So there's that. But overall, I think after tonight, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to break in the film room. I'm going to see what I have available for me, and I'm just going to sit there and watch it. That's all I got to do. I can't make a complete judgment without doing that.
Another thing we can do to get some understanding of the pick is to just look at the way that the Lions use Sam Laporta too, because that this is going to be our new Sam Laporta. You know, they use him a lot vertically. They use him as a detour guy, you know, a guy that's clearing out linebackers and clearing out for other players underneath in the wide receivers. So I can see him doing a lot of that stuff. And, you know, like I said, play action game is going to be something big for the Bears this year. And we fully expect that to come to fruition. So we definitely needed a second tight end. My concern is like yours, Walt, man. It's just his slender frame is what scares me. Like, dude is small, man.
Yeah.
He's only 21. He's only 21 years old. But if you look at him, man, I looked at his waist today, man. He looked like he has like a 32, 34-inch waistline. Like, no defensive end is going to allow that guy to try to block him, man. They're gonna toss him around a lot this season if we try to put him in those situations. So I don't even expect to try that a lot. We may move him around and try to get him on a move and maybe put him in the way on some blocks, but man, he's gonna get himself hurt. I don't think we should even put him in those situations, to be honest. But man, like you said, Cole Kmet has also become a liability as a blocker, so it'll be interesting to see what happens, man, with our tight ends that we really need to rely on as blockers because of the issue with the left tackle position too. So,
Yeah.
Do you feel that there's a possible move for Cole Kmet in the immediate future?
In the immediate future,
Yeah,
man, it could be. And I don't feel like it. I don't think so right now. I think we're gonna let it play out this year for sure because we want to run those two tight end sets. They said Ben Johnson ran the third most 12 personnel in the NFL last season, so he definitely needs two quality tight ends, and we don't have another quality tight end. If we move on from Cole, then that means we have to draft another guy, and playing with two rookie tight ends, I don't think that's not an ideal situation for the Bears right this season.
What do you think, man?
Next year.
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah, go ahead, man. You're up.
Oh yeah, we got to keep him this year, man. We got to keep him next year. I mean, he's going to be here, so let's just run like Samo said. Let's just run it, see what it looks like in the 12 personnel. Let's see what the future type of Cole Kmet we're going to have on the team when Cole Kmet is gone, because he's going to get another tight end to put on the team because he's going to run that 12 personnel. So I think he's going to get ahead of the curve, Ben Johnson, soon enough, and we'll probably see another tight end here at the time. But at the moment, to win games right now, Cole Kmet is the best option to bring along with a rookie like that. So I still got faith in Cole Kmet. I think Ben Johnson's going to put him in situations where he could be Cole Kmet, where he can be looking like what he looked like early in the season last year, probably especially the Jaguar game. You know what I mean? He was doing his thing. So I think Ben is smart enough and good enough to get the best out of Cole Kmet right now. But going forward, I don't think he's going to be here, man. I think they're going to find another tight end. It just is what it is. It's timing. I didn't draft you. You're not my guy type of, situation, and it is what it is, man.
Yeah, because I mean, Mason Taylor's still on the board at this point, and if you do pick up some extra draft capital, you possibly could get away with picking up another tight end. But like you said, Sam, having two rookie tight ends in this offense might not be the best way to go.
Right, and that's where I compared it to. That's why I'm scratching my head because I could have just picked Mason Taylor. I think Mason Taylor and Colson are somewhat comparable, but I think Taylor is a little bigger and has a little more muscle mass, man. But I think they're the same player. I don't think he's as fast as maybe Colston is, but I think that I would have been fine with him. I would have been fine with Mason Taylor. Is what I'm trying to say here, and picking offensive lineman or defensive lineman in this first round. So, and from the way it sounds like, if you all listen to the press conference, I just heard parts of it, but Ryan Poles doesn't sound very confident about this pick. I don't think this was his pick at all.
No, it wasn't.
Definitely a Ben Johnson pick, and Ben Johnson got his way, and I think they were looking to trade up, and it just didn't happen for him. So. They went with this option. I think this is probably option C for them because option A was probably trade up, B was trade down, and C take the player
He said it
that
didn't make.
Ben
He said it
wants.
didn't make sense. He said it didn't make sense to trade up for one guy. He said
Yeah,
they looked around, but it just didn't make sense, and it didn't make sense to
yeah,
trade up.
I agree.
It just,
I didn't.
it
I
just
was
didn't make
not
sense.
for it.
Nah, man, I was terrified of that
Me
narrative
too.
coming to life. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. I
Me
think we
too.
would have messed up big time because it would have came out like we're incompetent. Here we go again. You know, the season is coming. Who's in charge? Whose voice is stronger upstairs?
Yep.
Like, why did they do this? Like, I didn't want to hear any of that coming into the season, man. Like,
Mhm.
too many voices in the room. Who's is it? Is it Ryan Poles? Is it Dennis Allen? Or is it, you know what I mean? Is it Ben Johnson? So the fact that we didn't do that, and it's not going to spread like wildfire with the Bears Nation to trade up, and they just kept it and understood that it was not worth it. The brain
Mhm.
trust up there is actually as good as advertised.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to listen to the not the podcast, but the press conference yet. So I'll have to do that.
Let me
Did
know
he
if y'all
say?
hear any interference on my end. I'm sorry. Let me hear because
No, you're good, man.
You good?
Did you hear anything? Did anything else jump out at you, Samuel? Have you been able to watch the whole
No,
thing?
no, just that, and it just seems like he just seemed a little defensive. Like he came in ready to defend the pick as opposed to coming out and feeling like having conviction and just saying like, this is our guy. Like he's gonna be a damn good player. And this and that. If you look at the national draft pundits, man, nobody put Colston Loveland in the top 10. I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
nope, yeah,
If
No.
nope,
like
nope.
like I didn't see it if they did. I heard people say that they like Colston better
Yeah, I saw
than
that.
Tyler
Yeah,
Warren, but I've never seen them placed in the top 10. So that's just something to think about.
Yeah, I think it just caught a lot of people off guard just because Tyler Warren had such a good season at Penn State, and yes, they may have schemed a better game plan for him. And yes, Loveland missed 3 games, so he only had about 500 yards at the end of the day. So you got to
Yeah.
take each with a grain of salt. I don't know. I mean, I figured in the back of my mind the pick was going to be Tyler Warren at 10.
Me
I
too.
got the
Yeah.
position right, but the person wrong.
Yep. I
But
was right there with you.
and
I just
Yeah.
thought,
oh, go ahead.
no, I just
Yeah.
thought that they would have went with the Swiss Army knife, man. I think he just offers a lot more as a tight end. Like he's a complete tight end. You can line him up in the backfield as a fullback. You can line him up in line. You can stretch him out. You can still stretch him out wide and create some mismatches.
They said he
But
was a better inline. I think somebody said he was a better inline traditional route runner and traditional tight end than
mhm,
anything. And I think that's what Ben wants. He doesn't probably want a gadget type of player for this particular offense. He wants someone that to do a specific thing and
mhm.
and, and destroy your team doing that 6 times out of 10 when you can do it. I think that's what he's looking for. Like, just do your job and continue to do it until I tell you to stop, till we destroy the
Yep.
team.
Yeah, I think it was more of a battle between contested catch and separation.
Yep.
Because
Mm-hmm.
That's
both
true.
guys do either one very good. Tyler Warren's more of your I'm going to jump up and moss somebody versus Loveland, who's going to just straight out just get away from the guy and get open. So both points of view have their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
I think with polls, I kind of hope if this was Ben Johnson's decision and you didn't support it for any reason, you would rein your new head coach in a little bit. So, and that's your whole job. Well, part of it at least.
I mean, yeah, then I feel like you gotta let him. You gotta give Ben what he wants to. Because if you don't and things don't go well, then West Ben, he's gonna point the finger back at you and say, well, hey, I didn't want this guy, I wanted the other guy, and you got me this guy, but I needed the other guy to make my offense go the way I wanted to. And again, if you look at what Sam Laporta did as a rookie, like he had a great rookie season. This forced me to go back and look. I didn't know he had 86 receptions, like almost 900 yards and 10 touchdowns as a rookie. And that's with wide receivers on the outside who weren't as good as the wide receivers we have here right now. So, that's just something to think about too. Like, man, Ben knows how to use him, and he knows how to, because Laporta is not a big guy either. He's not an imposing blocker either. So maybe he knows how to get the best out of these guys and, how to get them leverage on blocks and all this different stuff and protect them a little bit. But I do think that Tyler Warren, who's 2 inches shorter than Sam Laporta, but weighs the same amount, is a lot smaller than Sam Laporta. That's what scares me about him, man. The dude is he's just really small. He's only 21 years old, so it kind of makes sense. He has a lot of growing to do into his man body, but at this point right now, it's just like, dog.
Yeah,
You just gotta
go ahead, man.
You just gotta trust Ben. It's like, how long did it take before we actually built this O-line before Ben get here? About 4 years. It took us one free agent to get Dalman, one free agent to get Sonny, one free agent to get Jonah Jackson. You know what I mean? So when it comes to people saying that, you gotta, Ben Johnson is doing too much, you have to trust him more than Ryan Poles at this point, as far as building things. We've been begging for this O-line to be fixed for the longest. I mean, Ryan Poles to fix his O-line for the longest, man. And he would not do it. He would not spend money. He wouldn't get out there. So the fact that Ben Johnson come in right away, fix it right away, get the guy he wants, I have no issue with what Ben Johnson did today. I have no issue because Ryan Poles, before this, I don't know what this draft would have looked like. We probably would have traded up to 5 to go get a running back.
Yep.
Come on, man. We probably would have did that if it wasn't for Ben Johnson.
Yeah. We would have. Yeah.
Yep. You know what? And shout out to my guys at SoBack Sports in the chat here tonight, and they're agreeing with you there, man. I'm gonna trust Ben Johnson. So you're in good company here.
What's up, Emery?
What's up, Emery? We trying to just trust the direction, man, that Ben is leading Poles in, man, because we see who's leading. We see who's leading right now.
I love it.
And it has to, that's the direction. You have to trust it. Like we said, the dude has had the top offense 2 years straight. So, if you don't trust that and trust what he sees in players, then there's an issue.
I would have questioned him more if he didn't fix the O-line the way he fixed it this offseason. The fact that he did that, like that actually happened. We saw it. I'm like, damn, this is we're a starved franchise. We're a starved fan base. Like, that's probably normal for other franchises to do, is to fix their offensive line right away. Like, so the fact that happened, man, is just like, it's crazy. So I trust Ben, man. I like the pick. I wish nothing but the best for this kid. I hope he come in and kill it. Like, I have no problem with it. None.
Me too.
I hope he kill it.
Yeah, I think right now for me it's a prove me wrong, and I want to be proven wrong. So
I love that. I'm one of those people too. Prove me wrong, man. I feel you on that. I'm one of those people too. Prove me wrong. I love being proven wrong.
Yeah. So I mean, this pick is up here with probably most surprising in the NFL draft. But outside of our pick, did you guys have a pick that was just you didn't see coming?
Man, what you guys talking about when I came on, man? The Atlanta Falcons getting Jalen Walker and James Pierce. Like, come on now. Now that's crazy.
They won.
They won the draft already. In my opinion, like their defense, that instantly makes your secondary better. The defensive line is instantly better.
Rest your quarterback, rest your running back.
Everything, man. That was just stick to me.
That was nasty.
Who they were trading back up for, and to see it be James Pierce, I'm like, dang. They snapping today.
Yeah.
They snapping.
Yeah, they went crazy.
They snapped. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
they went crazy.
I forget where I said this, but it seems like every year the Falcons take at least 2 to 3 defensive linemen or edge rushers. I feel they took Dorless and Rook Ororo last year.
Yep, I like Rook. This is gonna make Rook better too. That's the other thing. Like, you got these great edge rushers. Like Rook's gonna see one-on-ones all day now.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
And look, we got Grady Jerry, and they picked right back up and got two of them. Not the defensive tackles, but they got some guys on that defense that's just some real dudes, bro. Some dogs. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Some dogs.
One thing that we're not really talking about, no one is right now, is the situation of Kayvon Thibodeau of the Giants. You're going to have Abdul Carter come in. He's a very big personality. Kayvon's in the last year of his deal. More than likely, they're not going to pick up the 5th-year option, or I don't believe they have yet.
They did. They actually did.
They did.
Right after the pick, they did.
Oh, okay.
Immediately after the pick, they did. But that could be like a sign and trade situation too, though. Because you can still trade that 5th-year option. So
yeah, I think probably just to lock it up and then send him on his way, maybe get another pick. Because you
Yeah.
did just throw 34 and 99 to the wind to move back up to Jackson Dart. So
That was, and, and speaking of that, man, Shador Sanders, man, like,
Ooh.
how do y'all feel about that situation? Because my wife, she was just like, I can't believe this, and I'm just like, man, I don't know, like, he must not be that good, man. So, what was your thoughts on that? What do y'all think about that? Because I just didn't see special from him. Like, prove me wrong. Like, man, no, G, you messed up, man. Like, you messed up. Shador is one of them guys. Like, but what will make him slip? You know what I mean? I'm gonna ask the host, like, bro, what will make him slip like that?
it's got to be a character issue because, like you said, the talent is there. It may not be like superbly elite, but it's
Right.
good enough to start in the NFL. It's like I said, it's got to be something they saw in the interview that they didn't like.
Yeah, I think he has a confidence that's for them borderline cocky. That's for many GMs and brass borderline cocky, and he just didn't back that up on the field for them enough on the field for them.
Because don't you want a super confident guy to be your quarterback? Like, if you go to a trash team, don't you want a guy that came from Jackson State and a guy that came from Colorado where nobody cared or gave a damn about Colorado until prime and he got there? Like, that's value in that. A guy that can go to an organization and make it something that what it wasn't. You know what I mean? So the fact that that's being twice, the fact that that's being undervalued for a quarterback that's probably got good emotional intelligence and able to be disciplined and compose itself, and confusing that as arrogance is hypocritical and it's contradictory. You know what I mean? It's contradictory.
It definitely is.
There was some talks about he was throwing people under the bus for his own actions and things like that. So I don't know. I mean, he's more likely going to get picked tomorrow very early. The Browns have pick 33. They can snag him right at the beginning.
Yeah, I think he wherever he ends up, man, he's going. This is just fuel to the fire, like he said, man. Chip on his shoulder.
I love that.
Is he? Yeah. He's not one of those athletic quarterbacks. I think that hurt him too. A lot of people want to see him move a little bit more. I think he can. I think he can move. He just didn't a lot in Colorado. He just didn't show them that he could. But I mean, he's a pocket quarterback. I think he was trying to go away from being the stereotypical black quarterback that runs the ball all the time, and then now he's too cocky because of his personality. So now it's a character issue just because he has a lot of confidence. So I don't think that's a character. I wouldn't consider that a character issue. But many of the GMs and teams seem like they have considered that a character issue. But if Tom Brady can play in this NFL and be known as the GOAT, then why can't Shador Sanders do the same thing as a pocket quarterback? And he holds the ball too long. They say he holds the ball too long. Ben Roethlisberger did the same thing. Ben Roethlisberger has 2 Super Bowls. So we're not gonna do that, man. Just put them in, give them some protection, give him some weapons, and I think Shador, man, he showed me that he can read defenses. That's what I want. He can read defenses, and he's accurate. He has the accuracy. For Jackson Dart to go ahead of Shador Sanders, I just thought that was just crazy to me.
Yeah. So what is up, Swift, man?
Man, I agree with that. I don't know how that happened.
What up, Swift?
Hey, what up?
Yeah, man, that was crazy. So, did you end up watching any of Loveland's tape after we got off the air?
Yeah, a little bit.
So, before we get a little deeper, what do you think of the pick overall now? You got a little bit of time to digest.
Man, it's growing on me. He's not the guy I had, I mean, I think it's when we see him, if he helps our offense, like I think he could, if he is that Sam Laporta, the guy I'm kind of comparing him to when I watch him, he looks like Greg Olsen. Y'all remember Greg Olsen? Not a good blocker, but really good receiver. If he can be that, okay, I guess,
Yeah. So I did ask the other guys if there was any other picks of the draft that really surprised them. What about you?
Man, I'm pissed at the NFC North teams, man. That's where I'm at. They took my Ohio State guys. The Vikings got Donovan Jackson. That's my guy who I wanted in the second round. And then if I couldn't get Donovan Jackson, I wanted Tyleek Williams, and the Lions took him. Like,
I was surprised he went in the first round, honestly.
Me
Packers
too.
might have got the best receiver in the draft. I don't like that. He was all pumped up, had it. He seemed
The
all
ugliest suit I ever seen in my life.
What
already had a grill and everything.
looking like a rat?
I'm looking at these grades right now. I'm really surprised that they graded the Falcons pick of James Pierce Jr. only a C+.
Well, they gave up a first rounder for him next year, but man, they got Jalen Walker and James Pierce. Both those guys are both in my top 10. So like, to me, I'm giving them an A+. I don't care. At least
Ryan
for this
Pace.
year.
Ryan Pace strikes again, trading up.
Yep.
I mean, if their edge situation doesn't improve next year, then I don't know what else to say. There's something wrong with the franchise as a whole.
Right.
So I feel every year they're grabbing an edge rusher and it just doesn't work. But hey, I was a little more surprised with the Eagles actually moving up one slot to take John Campbell. I don't get the logic behind that one at all.
Yeah, that surprised me too.
Because it's not like the Chiefs were going to jump up and take him.
They didn't know. I guess they just wanted that guy. They were high on him. It seemed like. I mean, they got the best linebacker in the draft, or probably one of the best defenses in the NFL, which is messed up.
The Chiefs they didn't lose Nick Bolton, so no.
No, they signed him. Yeah. Another one, Josh Connerly off the board too. Was a little upset with that one. I was hoping he'd get to 39.
Me too, man.
So
it's the defensive players that are surprising on the board right now. You got Nick Manawore, you got the safety, and then you got two pass rushers that I was hoping the defensive tackles fell, but it was the pass rusher, Mike Green and Donovan Izaraku.
Yeah, Mike Green, yeah.
Nick Scorton's still out there too.
And Nick Scorton, he's the top of my list. Actually, that's my favorite.
Yeah, I mean the thing with ends is you're gonna
Will Johnson too, though, the corner.
Yeah.
Will, what is up with that? Will Johnson is still it's crazy to me.
He's a top 10.
Samuel, did you see what
Jonas Savania too?
Yeah. Well, I figured he was gonna go second round anyways. So.
Yeah.
Did you? I thought
I had him as a second rounder, yeah.
But did you see what Dave said in our group chat, Sam? He's like, what did Will Johnson slap a nun on Easter or something?
I didn't see it, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's the head scratcher.
Like 30, 40 messages that I haven't been able to read.
But to go back to defensive ends, four of my top guys are on the board. Nick Scourton's there. Mike Green, definitely. Izaraku would be perfect. And also Braden Swinson from LSU. Any one of those guys I'd be extremely happy with. Or even two of those guys.
I feel you.
Izaraku was how tall is Izaraku? Was like what, 6'2"?
He's like 6'1".
6'1".
6'1",
Yeah, I just don't know if they'll pull the trigger. I like him a lot though, man. I like Izaraku a lot. I think he's a hell of a pass rusher. And he's pretty stout against the run. I just don't know if the Bears will pull the trigger on him.
I don't know. Round 2, man. Whoo, if you can get him, I wouldn't have taken him in round 1, but round 2, we want impact players. He's a pass rusher.
That's an impact pass rusher.
These should be starters from here on now, man. 31, 39, and 41. Bro, those guys should be a part of your farm, being starters in a little while.
Agreed. So moving on to day 2 tomorrow. Where do you guys think we're going to start at 39? Now, that can include a player of your choice, or it could even be a trade down. Why don't we start with you, Walker?
I'm gonna say running back. Like, we got to get it. Like, we got to get it. We don't know where Ian Wheeler is really. We know Roshan what he is, and we know Swift is not necessarily between the tackles, running type of running back. We need that bell cow, man. This is the most loaded probably running back draft I've seen in a long time. And I know Amarion Hampton went, and I know Genty went, and I know Junkins and Henderson? Henderson is out there. Yep. So we can pretty much still get a top 4 back, top 3, top 4 back tomorrow. So I'm gonna say running back, and I say we get us a pass rush. And I'm not cool with what Mike Green allegedly what he's done, but if Mike Green's there at 39 and we get a 41, I'm good. I can go to sleep. I can go play my Nintendo Switch with my daughter or something. I'm going to sleep.
There you go, man. That sounds good to me. What do you think, Sam?
Man, so I'm thinking, man, we're gonna go trenches early on. To be honest, I
Okay.
think they're gonna get trenches 31, 39, and 41. You know, get your edge rusher and hope maybe a left tackle. And I don't know how you guys feel about Ariante Ursary, but
Yep.
I think
Enough.
Ben,
Mhm.
I think he could compete for a left tackle position here for the Bears. So I think they go trenches early, and I'm thinking like they might wait for that running back and for 72, the pick at pick 72. I definitely want Quishon Judkins though, so I don't think that he's gonna last to the 72nd pick. So I'm hoping that they do go running back early, but I'm thinking they're going to go trenches. To be honest, that's what my gut tells me. They're going to go
Yeah,
trenches.
I think if you asked me yesterday, I would probably say you're 100% right. I don't think they're going to make it to 72, but after tonight, I don't know.
Right.
You mean the running backs?
Gotta get him.
Yeah.
This is a deep draft, man. You can't play around and try to overthink and he's
Yeah.
no, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Don't play around.
Hmm. What about you, Swift?
Man, I want one of those pass rushers. Nick Scoreton's my guy, but I'd
Mine
take
too.
Mike Green or Donovan Izaraku. But I also, man, if Nick Manaware falls, man, give me that safety. I mean, I think with 39, you just take the best player available. One of these studs is going to fall on defense, and you take one of those defensive studs. And then at 41, I'd probably, as long as there wasn't a run on running backs before that, I'd probably take Quinshon Judkins or Travion Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
If they're both gone, you can even still take Caleb Johnson. I don't think I think he's gonna go. I think all three of those guys are gone way before 72.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, me too.
Yeah. I
But
think
if
the
you-
number. Go ahead. Sorry, man, I didn't know you
But
were.
if you wait, you can get a Devin Neal or an RJ Harvey or a Bayshul Tootin, maybe a Cam Scatabo. So running back is not the position you have to reach for. It just kind of depends on how their board looks. Like if we want to tackle, you got to. If Ariante Ursary's there, he's probably one of the last ones in this draft who can actually has a chance to compete this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
The rest of the guys, nah.
Yeah, I think everyone else is pretty much just could be, but not this year.
Yeah.
So, but no, I think you'd have to go trenches at 39. Manaware should be pretty good, but there's a possibility he might be there at 41 too. So if they decide that they want to go and hold out till 72 for a running back, I think going with him at 41 would be perfect. 39, it's going to be I need to go get my killer, right?
Yep.
That defensive line needs a injection of some blood because we got Deo, who's nice, and he can get off the snap real quick. He might be more of an inside guy, honestly, than a true edge.
Yeah.
Because if you watch him inside, man, he's got great hand fighting,
Yeah.
and he knows how to work. But when you watch him, but when you watch him outside, my problem with him is he doesn't go to his spin enough, and he just tries to long arm bull rush you away. He doesn't use those hands. It's like watching two completely different players.
Yep.
So
True. That's
I know Dennis Allen likes his edge rushers big, but the NFL is changing. You're watching more pass rushers come in around 240, bulk up to around 250, 260. But we need that speed guy. That day of these big bumbling bulldozers it's kind of going the way of the dinosaur.
Yep.
And so like a real Bear fan here says he wants number 1 pick NORA, then Caleb Johnson. Xavier Watts is another one. Definitely very good. I take him too. Landon Jackson, I'll be completely honest with you. Landon Jackson reminds me of he's like that guy you see and he's like all jacked up and you think he's real strong. He reminds me of Bob Sapp. Do you remember when the Bears drafted Bob Sapp? Does anybody remember this guy?
I don't remember Bob Sapp.
No, Bob Sapp played like one game, I think, in preseason. They cut him. He was a 3rd round draft pick at guard. So I don't know. Do you remember when the Bears drafted Bob Sapp?
I'm not remembering that name, Bob Sapp.
Yeah, they drafted in the 3rd round out of Washington. Big monster guy. He's like 6'8", big dude. If you ever watched the movie Blood and Bone, he plays one of the villains, and they're like massive guy. You see him in a dark alley, you turn the other way and run. But the guy was the big. Yeah, the guy was the biggest pussy on the face of the planet. I mean, I watched him in Pride and K1, and he would take one hit and he would just collapse.
Looks
So-
like Tarzan, played like Jane, huh?
Yeah, so that's what Landon Jackson kind of reminds me of. He reminds me of a guy who looks the part, but I don't think he can get it done, especially at this level. You want him to be your cowbell defensive end, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch his game against Oklahoma State this year. For a big guy, he's getting tossed around like a rag doll by those tackles over there. So and I think we've all seen his high school tape where he's running, smacking the bags, and not going anywhere. So there's that. Yeah,
It was
you know,
looking like.
Mike Green is definitely number one. I'd put him above Landon Jackson, though, personally. But, Real Bears fan, thanks for the comment, man. Thanks for joining. And I see that you also wanted Tyler Warren as well. Hey, it is what it is, man, unfortunately.
You got Coasting, Loveland, and you're going to be happy.
Gonna be happy with it.
We're gonna be in love land.
Yeah. There's another guy, too.
I'm not getting a jersey, at least.
No. I
That's
was
a
like,
crazy last name.
I would have been
Imagine-
getting a Genty jersey like tomorrow if we drafted him,
Yeah. I mean, maybe if we snag Green or one of those edge rushers, I might cave and actually buy a jersey. But
Yeah.
not for our first round pick. I'm sorry. Not gonna do that.
Give me a Quinshawn Judkins. I might still, you never know.
Yeah, I get a Judkins jersey.
You're a Juddy,
Sure.
baby.
I get a jersey.
Speaking about guys small miss, I completely forgot about Princely.
Princely, yeah.
Oh no,
Princely's still out
Princely's there, man. I actually think there's a chance Princely or Landon Jackson, one of those guys, could even fall around 3.
Yeah.
There's so
If
many
not
pass
both.
rushers left, bro. Like,
yeah, if not, yeah.
there's either going to be a big run or we're still going to be a. That's why I don't necessarily think we have to take an edge here, but with this, all the talent on the board, it's lined up for us, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get your guy. That's the thing. I want the Bears to get their guy at edge. Whoever you want, go get him.
Jose
Yeah,
Gonzalez, you never have to ask here, man. You're always allowed to ask questions. That's the point of this whole thing.
Go get him, bro. You said it. Let's not be super duper critical, smart, and all this. Nah, man. If you like a guy, he's not going to be there later on, and he there. Go get him. And it might be a situation where it's too many bites at the apple. Like you got to choose one because all the guys y'all talking about are going to be there at 39 or 41 at some point. Like you guys mentioned a lot of people, so they really going to have to hammer down. Who are we picking, Ben? Dennis Allen. Who do you want? Who do you want, bro? We got to hurry and get out of here. You got to get him.
It is coming quick tomorrow, too. It's what, 5 minutes in between picks? So, you got to know exactly what you want and have some conviction on some of these guys. And like you said, there's a lot of good players left in this draft, especially at 39 and 41. I wouldn't be mad if we traded back a few picks, maybe to 45 or something, 48, 49, 50, and still got a really good guy and picked up an extra pick because that's what I really want to happen.
Now you're talking my language. I want to stack the deck and I want to farm so bad, bro. Stack the deck and get a farm for everything.
Yeah. Let's pick up an extra pick tomorrow.
Now, Jose, I said you can ask questions, but you can't ask dumb questions like that.
What do you have?
Oh, he said who had the biggest BBC in the draft.
Oh my god!
So I just deleted that shit. And you get one chance with me, man.
He said, "Can I ask questions?"
That's true. I should have been a little more specific.
You were too friendly, Wall. You said, "Yeah, man. Of course. You don't even have to ask around here."
Right, gave it right to him. Don't even have to ask. Funny as hell.
Oh man,
people funny, man.
Yeah, man, you gotta let people joke around here and have fun.
Trolling, man.
Please answer this year.
He said it's an obvious answer to this. Yeah. Oh man, come on.
Oh jeez. At least it's good for a laugh, right, man?
Oh,
but there's another back that I think it's Jarquez Hunter out of Auburn. He's got 4.4 speed. He's about 5'9", a little over 200 pounds. He can be pretty good. He'll more than likely be there for pick 72. He's not really a pass catching back though. He's more of just just use his speed and just run through. But you can coach that into him.
Yeah, man. I think there's a lot of good running backs in this draft, man. I like Tennessee, Dylan Sampson,
I love
Miami,
Yeah.
Martinez,
Damian
man.
Yeah. Dennis Martinez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, man, like
Damian.
there's with Virginia Tech, Bayshawn,
Facial Tootin, baby.
Bayshaw Tootin. Yeah, that dude is. Man, I like him a lot, to be honest. I think he's right next to Henderson, Travion Henderson. To me, like he puts me in that same mind frame as the same type of player. So if we don't take a running back, if we don't get one of those top 3 guys, if we don't get Henderson, Judkins, or Caleb Johnson, I say just wait, man, and let it fall to us. See what we can get because a lot of good running backs in this draft. Still.
I can see Dylan Sampson going high too, man. He's similar size to Genty. He's fast.
Yep.
He's not as good at breaking tacklers, but he's a good running back.
Yep, he run. He's not afraid to run between tackles, outside. He has great vision, great footwork. I love it. Great footwork in the hole, jump cutting, and all of that stuff. I liked him a lot early on in the draft, but I just figured we're not going to draft him.
So, Real Bears fans, has a question for you, Swift. He wants to know who your top 5 Bears for tomorrow.
Nick Scoreton's number 1. And I probably put Mike Green number 2. Nick Manaware. Donovan Izaraku would probably be 4, man. Just like you were saying, how Dio can move inside. If you have Dio out there as your defensive end for first and second down, you go to third down, you move him inside. Donovan Izaraku comes out there fresh and getting after quarterbacks. So, I mean, I think he's a fit. And my 5th guy, I'd have to throw Quinshon Judkins in there. I think it's possible Ben Johnson might prefer Travion Henderson, and I'd be perfectly fine with that. He's such an awesome pass blocker, but Quinshon's my guy, man. I love him.
Yeah, I mean, there's also one guy at 72. If we decide to hold off a little bit, is Elijah Roberts.
Oh, I like him
from SMU.
And D line, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what, man? I think he'd be fine at edge, but personally, I'd move him completely inside full time.
Mm-hmm.
He's got enough power to really handle that position. You saw him at the Shrine Bowl where he was doing the edge drills against Holland Pierce, and that's a big guy. You're talking 360 pounds plus, 6'8", 36-inch arms, and he just got inside and just popped him back like it was nothing. So he's got power. And
it's a big dude, man.
Yeah,
Really big dude.
I know a while back. Go ahead, man. Oh, you're just go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's a big guy, man. That's 36-inch arms and 6'8". That's massive, man. That's a mountain of a man, bro.
Yeah.
You don't want to bump into him in the grocery store and be like, "Hey, who?" He's like, "Oh, it's just a big fella behind me." You got it, bro. Go ahead.
You got it.
You got it, man. I'm sorry.
If you could find any Rutgers tape out there isn't a whole lot, but just watch him at left tackle. He just like dwarfs everyone next to him. Which is like, who is this guy?
Huge, man. He's a mountain, like you said. The guy's a mountain.
That's
yeah.
Tall,
I don't know if I'd take him
tall.
at 72, but if he's there at round 5,
definitely take him. Definitely take him at round 5. Yeah.
I think round 5.
Especially if we don't take a lineman, especially if we don't take one early. Man, what do you guys think about safety position, man? Tomorrow or the next day? That's why I feel like we need to add another pick because we still need a safety, man.
Yeah, Brisker. I don't know about Brisker, man, going forward.
I don't know about Brisker. I don't know about any of them, to be honest, man, going forward. Because
Sam, what do you think? Do you want a ball hawk or do you want more of like a run support safety?
I want a guy that can probably do a little bit of both, man. And I think that Nick Emanwari or Kevin Winston Jr., I think if he was healthy, if that dude was completely healthy in this draft process, I think he would have went extremely high as well. I think he's a really good one. That's what I'm hoping falls to us. And I like the guy from Texas that they've been looking at. I can't think of his name right now.
Makuba, yeah.
Makuba, yeah. I like Makuba a lot too. Those guys can play good in coverage and they come down, run support, can blitz. Like we need a guy that can just be a jack of all trades, man. Because right now at safety, man, I think we're struggling, to be honest. Like, especially if we can't stay healthy. Like, if we can't stay healthy, then it's going to be an issue.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a true ball hawk safety, you got to go Xavier Watts and then Andrew Makuba, just like you said. Either one of those two are great. Kevin Winston's good too, but he only had that one interception in college. He's definitely more of a run support first, but his cover skills are very good. And if he didn't tear his ACL last year, he would have been probably going in the first round.
Yeah, I forgot about Watts until you just said it, man. Yeah, he's still available too. So some really good players left in the draft, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, my boy Will Wright's in the house. He's saying Watts at safety. I agree with you there, man. D-Walk, what do you think about
Notre
safety,
Dame guy, boy?
The safety and position, we got to get another guy, man. Like we're in a position where people are. I saw that win now mode. People spreading that fake narrative around. Like, no, bro, win and rebuild, man. Like we got guys that they brought in the offensive line are aging. We got guys on the defensive line are not good, and we got to get everything, bro. We have to get another safety. We have to get it all. So whoever is there is Winston. I don't care about the name. We just gotta load up. We gotta load up and get some guys out here, man. Because Brisker, he's not healthy. None of the, like you said, Samuel, none of the safeties are. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. So they gotta do it. They gotta get it. They gotta get some guys.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I feel every either Penn State safety would be a good option. Winston's more likely a second round guy, but Jalen Reed, you can get him later in the day too, and he can definitely, become something moving forward. So, I think any way you go, there's plenty of options. It just depends on what your fancy is, right?
Thanks.
Oh man, so yeah, I think we got narrowed down for 39. 39-41. Is there anything you guys want at 72? Let's say we took edge and they took the running back at 41.
I'm gonna just say a wide receiver. It's time. We got to get a wide receiver too. It is what it is, man. DJ Moore, okay. Roma Dunze. Then you got guys on 1-year deals. Got to look at that position too. You can get a real good one in the third round. Just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I mean I think Ben Johnson's going to need that speed. He doesn't have Jameson Williams anymore. However, Detroit is possibly looking to move him.
Yep.
And
I don't want that dude. He's a headache, man. I don't want to bring that cancer into the locker room right now. That dude is a little wild. But there is a guy in the draft that I wouldn't, if he falls to 72. What's his Deontay? Help me out, Swift. Wide receiver from Tennessee. Ran in 4.65. Thornton. Yeah, Thornton. Ran like a 4.33 at 6'5", and so like that's the fastest a guy at 6'5" has ran in a 40 in the combine, man. And the dude, he looks freakish, man. Like he can run good routes. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Brian Thomas Jr. Way he moves, man. And man, he's a burner. We need a burner. That's what I don't think we have on our team. It's a guy that can just straight line speed.
What was his 40 again?
4.33.
6'5"? Jeez.
6'5", yeah. They try to compare him to I can't think of his name. Big guy from Seattle. From the Seahawks that just got traded.
Metcalf.
They try to compare him to DK Metcalf, but he's not as big as DK at all, man. He doesn't have the size, the mass at all. He just has that slender frame, but man, he's a burner. The guy can go. He looks like Plexico Burris. He has that Plexico Burris type frame. He's just going out. He's getting it.
Yeah, see, he's 6'5", 214, or at least listed on PFF as 214.
Yep.
No, not bad.
That's a guy that I think that would be a really good fit for us.
Yeah, 25.5 yards per reception. That's
crazy.
Yeah. That's nasty. That is nasty. There goes your deep ball threat right there.
deep ball threat, stretching the field, pulling the defense back. Everything underneath is going to eat.
Yeah,
We're going to go with him, or we're going to go with him. If you go with him, then we're going to hit you underneath.
Yeah, he was really good, man. He was 6 for 7, 20 plus yards with 118.8 NFL passer rating against.
Yep.
Or when targeted. That's crazy.
He's even impressed up there.
Yeah, man. For a guy 6'5".
Yeah, that's what I say. For 6'5" to be running that fast, like,
See you later, real Bears fan, man. Thanks for showing up.
yeah, it is late.
Yeah, it's getting there. I figure we'll go another 5 minutes and
For
call
sure,
it
for
a night,
sure.
make it an even hour.
Any other sleepers you like in the draft? Any of you guys? Anybody in the draft that you hope that you
Oh, I
like?
didn't mention Kyle Williams. If you're gonna talk receivers, man, I like Kyle Williams. He's
You like Kyle Williams? I
got
like
that
him.
release off the line. He's
Washington.
quick,
Yeah,
explosive.
Mm.
I just like
I
him.
like him.
He's good.
Especially, yep, I like him too. Good slot receiver.
I'll give you my number one sleeper. And Swift, you know who this is because I talked about him a bunch. And that is Coleman Owen, the wide receiver from Ohio University. More than likely, he's going to Coleman Owen. He goes to Ohio University. More than likely, he's going to be a UDFA, but we could probably snag him with a 7th round pick. Guy's a beast. Like he's about 6'3". He runs about 4'4". He's like 4'5", something like that. He's not really flashy, but he's a safety blanket. And I know you were talking, Swift, and we were on about with Loveland, we don't really need a slot receiver. This guy's probably one of the best slots in the game, at least the college game.
I think we need a really good slot receiver.
The BBC review.
The dude's on the road.
Who's been in college for 6 years?
Yeah, he's only 24.
Yeah, he's only still 24 years old. 6 years.
Yeah, a couple guys I talked to that knew him at Northern Arizona is just like, he's it. You know, he's going to be explosive. He's consistent on the field. He's a leader. I'll
check him out.
Yeah, it's hard to find his tape, like all 22, but you can find a lot of his highlights on YouTube, but they're just broadcast.
All right, check him out.
There's that. What do you think, Walker? Who's your sleeper?
You know what, man? It's just like I say, man. I'm the names, man. Like I just want a farm of dudes, man. Like the guy you talking about, the 6'5" guy, the guy you talking about from the UDFA guy we might get. It all sounds good, man. It's just that it's just time to build this thing up, man. Like my sleeper, I think it was a Meko Buka, but he ended up going first round.
Yeah.
Did y'all have him going first round?
Yeah, I kind of figured he was in the 20s somewhere. So
say that again.
No, I had him going in the 20s. So
okay,
it's fine with that.
Yeah, I thought he was really good, man. I thought he was go early, but I didn't know he would go that high, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thank you. I didn't know he was gonna go that high. I was like, he's not going that high. He was gone. He was gone.
And he went to a team where I wasn't expecting him. We went to Tampa Bay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would have never expected Tampa Bay to draft him either. So
I mean, I guess you have what, Mike Evans, one more year, he'll probably retire.
Yeah, that's true. He's on it. Yeah.
Hey,
Another 1,000-yard season though.
Speaking of wide receivers, since we're talking wide receivers, and you were talking earlier about the biggest surprise in the draft, and it probably have to be one that I didn't think about before was Carolina picking a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was that?
I really thought that they were going to go after at least another weapon for Bryce Young. So I wasn't too surprised. I was more surprised that McMillan made it all the way to 8.
Mm-hmm.
I figured the Raiders would have snagged him at 6 or somebody else.
Yeah.
So he should flourish in there, and I think it's good for everyone in that sense. Like Bryce is really going to do well having a guy of his caliber around.
They got 3 good receivers now. Yeah.
So Swift, you got anybody there that's like a real sleeper in your book?
I like Jamari Caldwell, the defensive tackle out of Oregon.
Yeah.
I think Ollie Gordon is a guy who just a
Yes.
good running back who's going to get
Yes.
drafted way too low, man.
Yep.
He's a good player, though.
What do you think happened to Ollie Gordon this year? Because he had really good tape in 23, and then
I think he didn't want to get hurt.
you think so?
Oh,
I mean, I wouldn't put it past
Wanted to
him.
go pro, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't. It's hard to tell, but his 2023 tape is insane.
Hey, if he can get back to that level, I wouldn't mind it. But I don't know if he's fast enough, at least for the style of offense Ben Johnson wants to run based on his time in Detroit.
I think he's about as fast as Monty was, I would think. Right? About the same speed. I think he got about the same speed, but I think he has even more power. That's what I like about him. Like, he is a hammer. Like, if we get him, I'm thinking we're going to have another running back with speed, like a Jadon Blue. That's what I'm thinking. If we wait on a running back, then we draft 2 running backs late. We get like a Ollie Gordon and a Jadon Blue, Martinez and a Jadon Blue or something like that. And we got 2 good running backs to groom who don't have to play right away. We can ease them into the season because we still have Roshan Johnson and Swift right now. So both of those guys are going to be, I think, productive players in the NFL. You don't have to push them in right away. They don't have to contribute for you right away. You can just let them develop at their own speed with the best running back coach in the NFL right now. So that's why I wouldn't mind waiting for running back. Like, let the draft come to you. That's what I'm thinking we have to do, man. But I just feel like I think there are more running backs later than there are defensive ends that are going to fit our scheme, and quality offensive linemen that could make an impact this season. So that's why I'm feeling like 39 and 41. Like, I feel like we got to go ahead and pick up those trenches right away.
Yeah. I mean, as I sit here and talk about it with you guys, I think one guy I do want to at least take a flyer on at 72 would be Emory Jones Jr., the other tackle from LSU.
Yes.
Now, I know a lot of people are saying he's a guard in the NFL, but I think he can play both tackle positions and guard if need be.
Yeah, I like Emory Jones. I think he could play tackle in the NFL as well. And I like your guy Holland. Holland later, if we waited again. It's just, are those guys going to be ready to make an impact immediately?
Yeah.
Probably not. You never know. Shit. Braxton Jones did, and no one thought Braxton Jones would make an impact as a rookie, as a 5th round pick out of Southern Utah. So, and we have a better offensive line coach right now. So I'm just going to trust them to identify the players, man, and the guys that they can develop and have a plan. I know everybody feels like we overdrafted Colston Loveland, and we felt the same way about Detroit a few years ago. We laughed at them, and shit, the joke was on us because they've been balling ever since that draft. Detroit has been balling. So that's where let's just trust the process. If we overdraft, we feel like we overdrafting players, then let's just wait to see what it looks like on the field, because we do have better coaching now. So these guys will make a better impact immediately, as far as, in comparison to what we've had in the past, where we've drafted guys and then we're still waiting on guys to develop.
Absolutely right
over the past few years. So,
because I don't know what footage Chris Morgan had on Eberflus or Ryan Poles or whoever was keeping him employed here all these years was crazy, bro. Chris Morgan was the absolute worst, man. So you got to take everything with a grain of salt, and I agree with you, man. You got to get his coaching staff a chance to put the talent together and get these guys groomed up and ready to hit the field, man. Because Chris Morgan was the absolute fucking worst. It's the worst.
The worst. They were promoting failure. They were promoting the guy who was failing, which was crazy to me.
Yes.
Well, he's gone now, and he's nowhere near the NFL as far as I know. So we don't have to worry about him rearing his ugly head ever again. But overall, guys, I think
put
the first
the fries
round
in the bag.
yes.
Right.
First round, a little bit of a surprise, but I think overall it's going to work in our favor in the long run. I want to thank all you guys for coming out and joining me tonight. It was great having all your different points of views, and that's what I like to do here. Try to get different people to start a discussion, and because no one is smarter than anyone else at any one topic, so we're all here to learn and broaden our perspective on things. So that's what tonight was all about.
Absolutely, man. Sports is about debate, man. That's all. That's how ESPN makes its money on sports debate all day, every day. So none of us gonna see it the same. We're all gonna be right sometimes, but we mostly gonna be wrong a lot of times. So
Exactly.
hey, we live with it. It is what it is. So just have fun with it.
So I know it's just almost 1 o'clock in the morning here, so I don't want to keep you guys any longer. I want to thank everyone for showing up in the chat tonight, even you, Jose Gonzalez. You were good for a laugh there, man. So if you haven't hit the like button, please do so now. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything. And if you like what you saw, you can always subscribe to for more Bears content. Tomorrow is round 2. I think we're starting at 6 o'clock Central Time tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. So might be doing something like this after the draft. I don't know. Might be doing it the next day, considering there's a whole bunch of picks to go through. But stay tuned for that. Guys, anything else you want to say before we head out?
Trust the process, man. Trust the process. Cool. It's the best
Thank
time
you.
now, man. We got Caleb Williams under the rookie contract. We got the opportunity line, all our new rookies up under their rookie contracts, man. So it's just time to hammer everything down, man, the nuts and bolts, and get the lines, get the trenches together, get the running backs, do every single thing possible before you have to pay Caleb Williams $100 bazillion a year. So let's just lock in and fix everything now and get it done.
I got you. All right, guys. Well, like I said, let's get out of here. And like I said, is at the end of my videos, as always, bear down. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bear down. Peace.